Hello, my friends. Brian and Lee here to share a bit about the Loire Valley in France. The Loire is southwest of Paris, and it's known as the Garden of France. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site with over 300 castles built beginning in the 10th century. It's a broad valley with a lovely river running through it. We did a home swap for a month with a country cottage that was first built in the 1930s. It was in a remote rural area with a little river and a forest literally right across the street. Our favorite walk was to go up a little path through the woods to the local bakery for a delicious loaf of French bread in the morning. It's hard to grasp the scale of these buildings and the grounds around them. This one, for example, has a 10-foot high stone wall that is 25 miles long around it. This channel was dug to divert a river to run by the chateau that you can see in the distance. Maybe you can imagine the thousands of people employed for decades during these massive constructions. But the exteriors don't even begin to compare to the lavishness of the interiors. The cycle of immense wealth, sophistication, engineering, advancement, power, then ruin and salvage are all evident here. Some of the chateaus are now integrating art installations onto their grounds. Check out these white pumpkins appearing to float in a pool. Here, stairs go up an earthen mound leading to a cache of huge marble eggs. This is a giant whirlpool of logs. There are scores of fascinating journeys created by the best artists in the world in these gardens. Some of the interiors are transformed by art installations also. There are plenty of absolutely massive churches, of course. Some are being beautifully restored. After 1,000 years, there are plenty of cemeteries too. This guy was really smart to wear sunglasses to heaven. These civic centers saw the Romans come and go, were burned and rebuilt hundreds of years before Columbus was born, have endured revolutions and bombings in the world wars. Just to give you a sense of scale, do you see the yellow truck parked in front of the building? There are often great views down into some of the old parts of town. It is a wonder that these half-timber buildings from the 1400s have survived. Leonardo da Vinci actually slept in this one. It is wonderful to wander around these villages and stumble upon unexpected delights. Even the most skeptical can't help but be inspired by Archaeopteryx, Denovian fossils, or huge iron crystals, proving that these meteorites took millions of years to cool. The countryside paths around the cottage are perfect for bicycling. They cross streams that Monet would have loved. We never met anyone on these paths. Back in the villages, I was struck over and over again by how much people care about aesthetics, their history, and each other. I was happy to spend my money there to support them. By public demand and by law, GMO food is prohibited. You'll instantly recognize the difference. Take tomatoes, for example. At one market, I counted 14 different kinds. I don't have much of a sophisticated palate, but even I can taste a big difference. Both Lee and Ann can't eat wheat or dairy in the U.S., but both of them ate cheese and bread with no problem. Food in the U.S. is literally sickening both of them, and surely millions of others that are more sensitive to these things than I am. A consequence of eating non-toxic food is that people are much less likely to be obese, and the cost of health care is lower for everyone. Here are a few more shots that I hope will inspire you to explore this area. Thank you for watching.